Good morning, good morning. We are going to start 52 Mount Tur, At-Tur, At-Tur. Page 304 if you are in the Quran, the clear Quran. The English version, I do not speak Arabic. One day, inshallah. Okay. Mount Tur, 52. This Meccan chapter takes its name from verse 1, where God swears by Mount Tur, among other things, that the day of judgment is inevitable. The punishment of those skeptical of judgment is described, followed by a detailed description of the reward of the believers along with their offspring, verses 17 to 28. Atheism is also rejected, verses 25 to 36. The prophet is reassured of God's support, while the pagan beliefs and arguments are refuted both in this chapter and the next. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. I seek refuge with God from Satan the accursed. Judgment is the truth. 1. By Mount Tur, and by the book written on open pages for all to read, and by the sacred house frequently visited, and by the canopy raised high, and by the seas set on fire. Indeed, the punishment of your Lord will come to pass. None will avert it. On the day the heavens will be shaken violently, and the mountains will be blown away entirely. Horrors awaiting the deniers. 11. Then woe on the day to the deniers, those who amuse themselves with falsehoods. It is the day they will be fiercely shoved into the fire of hell. They will be told, "This is the fire which you used to deny. Is this magic, or do you not see? Burn in it. It is the same whether you endure it patiently or not. You are only rewarded for what you used to do." Pleasures awaiting the faithful. 17. Indeed, the righteous will be gardens and bliss, enjoying whatever their Lord will have granted them, and their Lord will have protected them from the torment of the hellfire. They will be told, "Eat and drink happily for what you used to do." They will be reclining on thrones, neatly lined up, facing each other. And we will pair them to maidens with gorgeous eyes. As for those who believe and whose descendants follow them in faith, we will elevate their descendants to their ranks, never discounting anything of the reward of their deeds. Every person will reap only what they sowed, and we will continually provide with whatever fruit or meat they desire. They will pass around to each other a drink of pure wine, which leads to no idle talk or sinfulness. And they will be waited on by their youthful servants like spotless pearls, remembering past lives in paradise. 25. They will turn to one another inquisitively. They will say, "Before this reward we used to be in awe of God in the midst of our people. So God has graced us and protected us from the torment of the hell's scorching heat. Indeed, we used to call upon him alone before. He is truly the most kind, most merciful." Why do the Meccans deny the truth? 29. So continue to remind all, O Prophet, for you, by the grace of your Lord, are not a fortune teller or a madman. Or do they say he is a poet for whom we eagerly await an ill fate? Say, keep waiting, I am too waiting with you. Or do their intelligent minds prompt them to this paradox? Or are they just a transgressing people? Or do they say, he made this Quran up? In fact, they have no faith. Let them produce something like it if what they say is true. Or were they created by nothing? Or are they their own creators? Or are they or did they create the heavens and the earth? In fact, or did they create the heaven? In fact, they have no firm belief in God, or do they possess the treasuries of your Lord, or do they have in control of everything, or do they have a stairway by which they eavesdrop on the heavens? Then let those, let those who do bring a compelling proof. Or does he have daughters as you claim, while you prefer to have sons? Or are you, O Prophet, asking them for a reward for the message, so that they are overburdened by debt? Or do they have access to the record in the unseen, so they copy it for all to see? Or do they intend to scheme against the Prophet? Then it is the disbelievers who will fall victim to their schemes. Or do they have a God other than God? Glorified is God, far above what they associate with him. Reassuring the Prophet, 44. If they were to see a deadly piece of the sky fall down upon them, still they would say, this is just a pile of clouds. So leave them until they face their day in which they will be struck dead. The day their scheming will be of no benefit to them whatsoever, nor will they be helped. Also, the wrongdoers will certainly have other torments before that day, but most of them do not know. So be patient with your Lord's decree, for you are truly under our watchful eyes, and glorify the praises of your Lord when you rise, and glorify him during the part of the night and at the fading of the stars. The stars, 53. An-Najm, An-Najm. Najm. I don't know how to pronounce it. This Meccan chapter takes its name from the reference to the fading of the stars in the first verse, as well as the last verse of the previous chapter. The divine source of the Prophet's message is emphasized, followed by reference to his ascension to heaven during the night's journey. The pagans are condemned for associating idols with God in worship and for claiming that the angels are God's daughters. Manifestations of God's infinite power are cited to prove his ability to resurrect. Both the end of this chapter and in the beginning of the next stress the imminence of the hour. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. The prophet's encounter with Gabriel. By the stars, in the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. 1. By the stars, when they fade away, your fellow man is neither misguided nor astray, nor does he speak of his own whims. It is only a revelation set down to him. He has been taught by one angel of mighty power and great perfection, who rose to his true form, while on the highest point above the horizon. Then he approached the prophet, coming so close. Then he was only 2 arms' length away or even less. Then God revealed his servant what he revealed through Gabriel. The prophet's heart did not doubt what he saw. How can you, O pagans, then dispute with him regarding what he saw? And he certainly saw that an angel descend. He saw that an angel descend a second time, and a lote tree of the most extreme limit in the 7th heaven, near which is the garden of eternal residence. While the low tree was overwhelmed with heavenly splendors, the prophet's sight never wandered, nor did it overreach. He certainly saw some of the Lord's greatest signs. Wake up call to pagans, 19. Now, have you considered the idols? Is it working or did it stop working? It's showing that it's not working anymore. Wake up call to pagans. Is it working? Can you guys hear me? I just need a thumbs up. Ramadan Mubarak. Can you hear me? Amen. Why? How are you? I can't read Arabic. I might have to start the live over. If nobody could hear me, can you guys hear me? I just need to know. Yeah? Perfect. All right. We are on 53, the stars on Najm 19. Wake up call to pagans. Okay, perfect. Now have you considered the idols of Lat and Uzzah and the third one, Manat, as well? Do you prefer to have sons while you attribute to him daughters? Then this is truly a biased distribution. These idols are mere names that you and your forefathers have made up, a practice God has never authorized. They follow nothing but inherited assumptions and whatever their souls desire. Although true guidance has already come to them from their Lord, or should every person simply have whatever intercessors they desire? In fact, to God alone belongs this world and the next. Imagine how many noble angels are in the heavens. Even their intercessions will be of no benefit whatsoever until God gives permission to whoever he wills and only for the people he approves. Are angels God's daughters? 27. Indeed, those who do not believe in the hereafter label angels as female. Although they have no knowledge in support of this, they follow nothing but inherited assumptions, and surely assumptions in no way replace the truth. So turn away, O Prophet, from whoever has shunned our reminder, only seeking the fleeting life of this world. This is the extent of their knowledge. Surely your Lord knows best who is strayed from his way and who is rightly guided. God knows who is righteous. 31. To God alone belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, so that he may reward the evildoers according to what they did, and reward the good doers with the finest reward. Those who avoid major sins and shameful deeds despite stumbling on minor sins, surely your Lord is infinite in forgiveness. He knew well what would become of you as he created you from the earth and while you were still fetuses in the wombs of your mothers. So do not falsely elevate yourselves. He knows best who is truly righteous. The one who returned to disbelief. 33. Have you seen the one who turned away from Islam and initially paid a little for his salvation and then stopped? Does he have the knowledge of the unseen so that he sees the hereafter? Or has he not been informed of what is in the scripture of Moses and that of Abraham, who perfectly fulfilled his covenant? They state that no soul burdened with sin will bear the burden of another, and that each person will only have what they endeavored towards, and that the outcome of their endeavors will be seen in their record. Then they will be fully rewarded, and that to your Lord alone is the ultimate return of all things. It is all in God's hands. 43. Moreover, he is the one who brings about joy and sadness, and he is the one who gives life and causes death, and he created the pairs, males and females, from a sperm drop when it is emitted, and it is upon him to bring about the recreation, and he is the one who enriches and impoverishes. Impoverishes. And he alone is the Lord of Sirius. And he destroyed the first people of Ad and then Tamud, sparing no one. And before that he destroyed the people of Noah, who were truly far worse in wrongdoing and transgression. And it was he who turned the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah upside down. Sodom and Gomorrah upside down. How overwhelming was what covered them. Now, which of your Lord's favors will you dispute? 56. Warning to the Arab pagans. This prophet is a warner like earlier ones. The approaching hour has drawn near. None but God can disclose it. Do you find his revelation astonishing, laughing at it, and not weeping in awe while persisting in heedlessness? Instead, prostrate to God and worship him alone. The moon. 54. Al-Qamar. This Meccan chapter, which takes its name from the splitting of the moon mentioned in verse 1, criticizes the disbelievers for rejecting warnings of the fast approaching hour. The pagans are warned of a dreadful fate similar to that of earlier disbelievers who were mentioned passingly in the previous chapter. The chapter concludes by announcing that the righteous will be honored in the presence of the Almighty, which is the highlight of the next chapter. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. 54. The moon. Al-Qamar. Warning to the Meccan deniers. 1. The hour has drawn near and the moon was split in two. Yet, whenever they see a sign, they turn away, saying, "Same old magic." They rejected the truth and followed their own desires, and every matter will be settled, even through the stories of destroyed nations that have already came to them are a sufficient deterrent. This Quran is profound in wisdom, but warnings are of no benefit to them. So turn away from them, O Prophet, and wait for the day when the caller will summon them for something horrifying. With eyes downcast, they will come forth from the graves as if they were swarming locusts, rushing towards the caller. The disbelievers will cry, "This is a difficult day." The people of Noah. Before them, the people of Noah denied the truth and rejected our servant, calling him insane, and he was imitated. So he cried out to his Lord, "I am helpless, so help me." So we opened the gates of the sky with pouring rain and caused the earth to burst with springs, so the waters met for a fate already set. We carried him on that ark of planks and nails, sailing under our watchful eyes, a fair punishment on behalf of the one they denied. We certainly left this as a sign. So, is there anyone who will be mindful? Then how dreadful were my punishment and warnings, and we have certainly made the Quran easy to remember. So is there anyone who will be mindful? The people of Hud. 18. Ad also rejected the truth. Then how dreadful were my punishments and my warnings. Indeed, we sent against them a furious wind on the day of unrelenting misery that snatched people up, leaving them like trunks of uprooted palm trees. Then how dreadful were my punishments and my warnings. And we have certainly made the Quran easy to remember. So is there anyone who will be mindful? The people of Salih. 23. Tamud rejected the warnings as well, arguing, "How can we follow one average human being from among us? We would then be truly misguided and insane. Has the revelation been sent down only to him out of all of us? In fact, he is a boastful liar. It was revealed to Salih. They will soon know who the boastful liar is. We are sending we are sending the she-camel as a test for them, so watch them closely and have patience, and tell them that the drinking water must be divided between them and her, each taking a turn to drink every other day. But they roused a companion of theirs, so he dared to kill her. Then how dreadful were my punishment and warnings. Indeed, we sent against them only one mighty blast, leaving them like the twigs of fence builders. And we have certainly made the Quran easy to remember. So is there anyone who will be mindful? The people of Lot. 33. The people of Lot also rejected the warnings. We unleashed upon them a storm of stones. As for the believers of Lot's families, we delivered them before dawn as a blessing from us. This is how we reward whoever gives thanks. He had already warned them of our crushing blow, but they disputed the warnings, and they even demanded his angel guests from him, so we blinded their eyes, and they were told, "Taste my punishment and warnings." And indeed, by the early morning they were overwhelmed by an unrelenting torment. Again, they were told, "Taste now my punishment and warnings." And we have certainly made the Quran easy to remember. So is there anyone who will be mindful? The people of Pharaoh. 41. And indeed, the warnings also came to the people of Pharaoh, but they rejected all of our signs. So we seized them with the crushing grip of the Almighty, most powerful. Warning to the pagan deniers. 43. Now, are you Meccan disbelievers superior to those destroyed peoples, or have you been granted immunity from punishment in divine books? Or do they say, "We are all a united front, bound to prevail"? Soon, their united front will be defeated and forced to flee. Better yet, the hour is their appointed time, and the hour will be the most catastrophic and most bitter. Indeed, the wicked are entrenched in misguidance and are bound for blazes. On the day they will be dragged into the fire on their faces, they will be told, "Taste the torch of hell." Indeed, we have created everything perfectly drained, perfectly preordained, perfectly preordained. Our command is but a single word, done in a blink of an eye. We have already destroyed the likes of you. So will any of you be mindful? Everything they have done is listed in their records. Every matter, small and large, is written precisely. Reward of the righteous. 54. Indeed, the righteous will be amid gardens and rivers, at the seat of honor in the presence of the most powerful sovereign, the most compassionate. 55. Ar-Rahman. Ar-Rahman. This Meccan chapter is a call to humans and jinn to acknowledge God's infinite blessings, hence the reoccurring question, "Then which of your Lord favors will you both deny?" which is repeated 31 times. Life on earth will come to an end, ushering in the day of judgment, where people will be classified into three groups based on their deeds, consequent rewards. The disbelievers, 31 to 45, the best of the believers, verses 46 to 61, and the average believers, 62 to 78. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful, God's favors. Number 1, speech. The most compassionate taught the Quran, created humanity, and taught them speech. The universe, the sun and the moon travel with precision. The stars and the trees bow down in submission. As for the sky, he raised it high and set the balance of justice, so that you do not defraud the scales, weigh with justice, and do not give short measure. 3. Provisions. He laid out the earth for all beings. In it are fruit palm trees with date stalks, and grain with husks, and aromatic plants. Then which of your Lord's favors will you humans and jinns both deny? Favor for human and jinns. He created humankind from sounding clay like pottery, and created jinn from a smokeless flame of fire. Then, which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Favor 5. Natural marvels. He is Lord of the 2 easts and the 2 wests. Then, which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? He merges the 2 bodies of fresh and salt water, yet between them is a barrier they never cross. Then, which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Out of both waters come forth pearls and coral. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? To him belong the ships with the raised sails, sailing through the seas like mountains. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Only God is eternal. 26. Every being on this earth is bound to perish. Only your Lord himself, full of majesty and honor, will remain forever. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? All stand in need of God. 29. All those in the heavens and the earth are dependent on him, day in and day out. He has something to bring about. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Punishment of the people of the left. 31. We will soon attend to you for judgment, O 2 multitudes of jinn and humans. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? O assembly of jinn and humans, if you can penetrate beyond the realms of the heavens and the earth, then do so. But you cannot do that without our authority. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Flames of fire and molten copper will be sent against you, and you will not be able to defend one another. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? How horrible will it be when the heavens will split apart, becoming rose red like burnt oil? Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? On that day, there will be no need for any human or jinn to be asked about their sins. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Will you both deny? Then the wicked will be seized by their forelocks and feet. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Then will be told, this is the hell which the wicked denied. Then will the alternates between its flame and scalding water. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Reward of the foremost believers. 46. And whoever is in awe of standing before their Lord will have 2 gardens. Then which of your Lord's favors will you deny? Both will be lush, both will be with lush branches. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And each garden will be 2 flowing springs. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And each will be 2 types of every fruit. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Those believers will recline on furnishings lined with rich brocade, and the fruit of both gardens will hang within reach. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? In both gardens will be maidens of modest gaze, which no human or jinn has ever touched before. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Those maidens will be as elegant as rubies and coral. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Is there any reward for goodness except goodness? Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? 62. Reward of the people of the right. And below these two gardens will be favors. And below these two gardens will be two others. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Both will be dark green. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And each will be two gushing springs. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And both will be fruit, palm trees, and pomegranates. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? And all gardens will be noble, pleasant mates. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Then will be the maidens with gorgeous eyes reserved in pavilions. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? No human or jinn has ever touched these maidens before. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? All believers will be reclining on green cushions and splendid carpets. Then which of your Lord's favors will you both deny? Blessed is the name of your Lord, full of majesty and honor. 56. The inevitable event. Al-Waqi'ah. Al-Waqi'ah. We are right now 56. The inedible event. Al-Waqi'ah, we're starting. This Meccan chapter is identical to the previous one in classifying people into three groups on Judgment Day and discussing how God's blessings are taken for granted. These blessings should be seen as proof of his ability to raise the dead for judgment. Moreover, references are made to the creation of the human race, the divine nature of the Quran, and the horrors of the apocalypse. God is glorified in the last verse of this chapter and the first verse of the next chapter. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful. The three groups on Judgment Day. 1. When the inevitable event takes place, then no one can deny it has come. It will debase some and elevate others. When the earth will be violently shaken, and the mountains will be crushed to pieces, becoming scattered particles of dust, you will all be divided into three groups. The people of the right, how blessed will they be? The people of the left, how miserable will they be? And the foremost in faith will the foremost in paradise. Will be the foremost in paradise. 1. The foremost. 11. They are the ones nearest to God. In the garden of bliss. They will be a multitude from earlier generations and a few from later generations. All will be on jeweled thrones, reclining face to face. They will be waited on by eternal youths with cups, pitchers, and a drink of pure wine from the flowing stream that will cause them neither headache nor intoxication. They will be also served any fruit they choose and meat from any bird they desire. And they will have maidens with gorgeous eyes like pristine pearls, all as a reward for what they used to do. There they will never hear any idle or sinful talk, only good and virtuous speech. People of the right, 27. And the people of the right, how blessed will they be? How blessed will they be? They will be amid thornless lote trees, clusters of bananas, extended shade, flowing water, abundant fruit. never out of season nor forbidden, and elevated furnishings. Indeed, we will have perfectly created their mates, making them virgins, loving and equal and of equal age, for the people of the right, who will be a multitude from earlier generations and a multitude from later generations. People of the left, 41. And the people of the left, how miserable will they be? They will be in scorching heat and boiling water, in the shade of black smoke, neither cool nor refreshing. Indeed, before this torment, they were spoiled by luxury and persistent in the worst of sin. They used to ask mockingly, when we are dead and reduced to dust and bones, will we really be resurrected? And our forefathers as well? Say, O prophet, most certainly earlier and later generations will surely be gathered together for an appointed day. Then you, misguided deniers, will certainly eat from the fruit of the trees of Zakum, filling up your bellies with it. Then, on top of that, you will drink boiling water, and you will drink it like thirsty camels do. This will be their accommodation on the day of judgment. God's power, creating humans. 57. It is we who created you. Would you not have then believe in resurrection? Have you considered what you ejaculate? It is you who create a child out of it, or it we who do so? Or is it we who do so? We have ordained death for all of you, and we cannot be prevented from transforming and recreating you in forms unknown to you. You already know how you were first created. Will you then not be mindful? Will you not then be mindful? Causing plants to grow. 63. Have you considered what you sow? Is it you who cause it to grow, or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could simply reduce this harvest to chaff, leaving you to lament. We have truly suffered a great loss. In fact, we have been deprived of our livelihood. 68. Bringing rain down. Have you considered the water you drink? Is it you who bring it down from the clouds, or is it we who do so? If we willed, we could make it salty. Will you not then give thanks? Producing fire from trees. Have you considered the fire you kindle? Is it you who produce its trees, or is it we who do so? We have made it as a reminder of the hellfire and a provision to the travelers. So glorify the name of your God, the name of your Lord, the greatest. Message to the Quran deniers. So I do swear by the positions of the stars, and this, if only you knew, is indeed a great oath, that this is truly a noble Quran and a well-preserved record, touched by none except the purified angels. It is a revelation from the Lord of all worlds. How can you then take this message lightly and repay God for your provisions with denial? A challenge to deniers of the hereafter. 83. Why then are you helpless when the soul of a denying person reaches their throat while you are looking on? And we are nearer to such a person than you, but you cannot see. Now, if you are not subject to our will as you claim, bring that soul back, if what you say is true. Which of the three will you be? So, if the deceased is one of those brought near to us, then such a person will have serenity, fragrance, and a garden of bliss. And if the deceased is one of the people of the right, then they will be told, greetings to you from the people of the right. But if the person is one of the misguided deniers, then their accommodation will be boiling water to drink and burning in hellfire. Indeed, this is the absolute truth. So glorify in the name of your Lord, the greatest. I am sorry, my reading is off today. I don't know why, but I'm trying the best that I can to keep going. Okay. 57. Iron. Al-Hadid. This Median chapter, which takes its name from the reference to iron in verse, is an invitation to strive in God's cause and spent in his way. Similar to the next chapter, a strong emphasis is placed on God's knowledge and power. It is made clear that God is able to revive faith in the hearts of the believers just as he can revive the earth after its death. The believers are advised regarding destiny and the life of this earth, of this world, while the hypocrites are warned of the evil fate awaiting them. Some prophets are mentioned passingly before making a final invitation to the people of the book to believe in God and his prophets. In the name of God, the most compassionate, most merciful, God's knowledge and might. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth glorifies God, for he is the Almighty, all-wise. To him belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He gives life and causes death. He is the most capable of everything. He is the first and the last, the most high, the most near, and he has perfect knowledge of all things. He is the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, then established his throne, himself on the throne. He knows whatever goes into the earth and whatever comes out of it, and whatever descends from the sky, and wherever you are, and whatever ascends into it. And he is with you wherever you are. For God is all seeing of what you do. To him belongs the kingdoms of the heavens and the earth, and to God all matters are returned. He merges the night into day, and the day into night, and he knows best what is hidden in the heart. Believe and support God's cause. 7. Believe in God and his messenger, and donate from what he has entrusted you with. So those of you who believe and donate will have a mighty reward. Why do you not believe? 8. Why do you not believe in God while the messenger is inviting you to have faith in your Lord, although he has already taken your covenant, if you will ever believe? He is the one who sends down clear revelations to his servant to bring you out of darkness into the light. For indeed God is ever gracious and merciful to you. Why do you not donate? 10. And why should you not spend in the cause of God, while God is in the sole inheritor of the heavens and the earth? Those of you who donated and fought before the victory over Mecca are unparalleled. They are far greater in rank than those who donated and fought afterwards. Yet, God has promised each a fine reward, and God is all aware of what you do. A generous reward for the generous. 11. Who is it that will lend to God a good loan which God will multiply many times over for them, and they will have an honorable reward? On that day you will see believing men and women with their light shining ahead of them, and on their right they will be told, "Today you have good news of the gardens, under which rivers flow for you to stay in forever." This is truly the ultimate triumph. The hypocrites entrenched in darkness. On that day, hypocrite men and women will beg the believers, "Wait for us so that we may have some of your light." It will be said mockingly, "Go back to the world and seek a light there." Then a separating wall with a gate will be erected between them. On the near side will be grace, and on the far side will be torment. The tormented will cry out to those graced, "Were we not with you?" Then they will reply, "Yes, you were, but you chose to be tempted by hypocrisy, eagerly awaited our demise, doubted the truth, and were deluded by false hopes until God's decree of your death came to pass. And so the chief deceiver deceived you about God. So today no ransom will be accepted from you hypocrites, nor from the disbelievers. Your home is the fire. It is the only fitting place for you. What an evil destination. Hardened hearts, 16. Has a time not yet come for believers' hearts to be humbled at the remembrance of God and what has been revealed of the truth, and not be like those given the scriptures before, those who were spoiled for so long that their hearts became hardened, and many of them are still rebellious? Know that God revives the earth after its death. We have certainly made the signs clear to you, so perhaps you will understand. Reward of the faithful, 18. Indeed, those men and women who give in charity and lend to God a good loan will have it multiplied for them, and they will have an honorable reward. As for those who believe in God and his messengers, it is they who are truly the people of truth, and the martyrs with their Lord. They will have their reward and their light. But as for those who disbelieve and reject our signs, it is they who will be the residents of the hellfire. 20. Fleeting life versus eternal life. Know that this worldly life is no more than play, amusement, luxury, mutual boasting, and competition in wealth and children. This is like rain that causes plants to grow to the delight of the planters, but later the plants will dry up and you see them wither. Then they are reduced to chaff, and in the hereafter there will be neither severe punishment or forgiveness. In the hereafter, there will be either severe punishment or forgiveness and pleasure of God, whereas the life of this world is no more than a delusion of enjoyment. So compete with one another for forgiveness from your Lord, and a paradise as vast as the heavens and the earth, prepared for those who believe in God and his messengers. This is the favor of God. He grants it to whoever he wills, and God is the Lord of infinite bounty. Everything is destined. 22. No calamity or blessings occur on earth or in yourselves without being written in a record before we bring it into being. This is certainly easy for God. We let you know this so that you neither grieve over what you have missed nor boast over what he has granted you. For God does not like whoever is arrogant, boastful, those who are stingy and promote stinginess amongst people, and whoever turns away should know that God alone is truly self-sufficient and praiseworthy. Prophets and justice, 25. Indeed, we sent our messengers with clear proofs, and with them we sent down the scripture and a balance of justice, so that people may administer justice. And we sent down iron with its great might, benefits for humanity, and means for God to prove who is willing to stand up for him and his messengers without seeing him. Surely God is all-powerful, almighty. Noah and Abraham, 26. And indeed, we sent Noah and Abraham as reserved prophethood and revelation for their descendants. Some of them are rightly guided, while most are rebellious. Jesus and his followers, 27. Then in the footsteps of these prophets we sent our messengers, and after them we sent Jesus, son of Mary, and granted him the gospel, and installed compassion and mercy into the hearts of his followers. As for the monasticism, monasticism, sorry, they made it up. We never ordained it for them, only seeking to please God. So yet they did not even observe it strictly. So we rewarded those of them who were faithful, but most of them are rebellious. 28. An appeal to Jews and Christians. An appeal to Jews and Christians. O people of faith, fear God and believe in his messenger. and he will grant you a double share of his mercy, provide you with a light to walk in on Judgment Day, and forgive you, for God is all forgiving, most merciful. This is so that people of the book who deny the prophets may know that they do not have any control over God's grace, and that all grace is in God's hands. He grants it to whoever he wills, for God is the Lord of infinite bounty. That is the chapters for today. We will start at, I'm sorry. We will start at Surah 58 tomorrow. Or I say chapter, but it's Surah. We'll do 58 tomorrow, and then 12 pages, and then we're almost done with the Quran. I have to go back and reread some things for myself just so I could learn a couple more things about certain questions. As I just asked one of my friends yesterday about how some of the verses they say we, us, we, when it's like God talking about the things that he has created. That's just something that I was like a little bit confused about, because you know God is one, and for him to say we, it confused me. But she said she's mentioned that he's mentioning the angels. But if anybody has more information on that, you could send it to me. I would love to hear more about it. And inshallah, I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to start with 58, the pleading women, Al-Mujadilah. Al-Mujadilah. I don't know if I said that right. But sorry for stuttering with most of this chapters and surahs today. I was a little confused with some of the words. Or maybe it's just sleepiness. But have a great day, guys. Thank you for being here and tuning in. And I hope that this is helping you read the Quran yourself. Because it's actually helping me stay consistent with it. So being live, reading out loud, and having it there for you guys to come back and read with me if you wanted to, or even for yourselves, you know, just a little reminder. We're almost done with the Quran. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Inshallah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Anas. That means a lot. All right, guys. Have a great day.